November 12th, 2023. We'll go over this real quick. Now, I want everybody to turn FBI Agent Will and FBI Agent John Hankel in the Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, NSA. They're scamming people. Now, they better be saying they did all this just to get the drug dealers. They did it just to get the drug dealers and drug dealers only. And of course, Karen will get her money. She's an informant. We don't make fun of rape victims and human trafficking victims and scam them out of money. Okay? Because everybody knows. They sold the login because they had the Fentanyl King. He was dark web malware hacker, U.S. military translator. Get the idea? Get the idea? Who was involved? Hacking this case and selling it was. Do you realize how much the drug cartels wanted this technology to listen through people's car speakers, their cell phones? Watch them at their, not only watch them at their home, but sell it to millions or thousands, hundreds of thousands. And now they can scam anybody with this technology. It was priceless to them, the technology alone. Okay, a year ago, I was out at my client's. There was a case on the news that an FBI agent had told an informant they couldn't say anything. They got an attorney and sued them. The press ripped them a new one. If the FBI ever thinks it can tell anybody they can't say anything, they need to shut them down. They only hire law enforcement. They only hire a police department. And they need to shut them down. They don't have the authority to ask anybody not to stay quiet about anything. And they need to shut them down. It's a freedom of speech. It takes a judge to put a gag order on you. Just like nobody can be in your home but protect a lot of cases with statements, it's entrapment. The right to privacy. You also have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. We live in the United States of America. Now, even the press told everybody last year the FBI does not have the authority to ever ask anybody to stay quiet about anything. See, but in my unique case, that agent, because when they drugged me up so bad, okay, I couldn't get out of bed. They already cut a deal with him. He was up at Apostolic Church of Barberton telling on me the night before I called him back. Dave told Danny he talked to him there. Our son. It was taped and witnessed up there. Okay. He met with Paymer, hundreds of people, Norton Barberton police seen him. Okay. Telling on me before I talked to him. Okay. Then on a recorded line, I tried to tell him somebody told on me. Call me a liar. With his own confession, he had talked to him with bullying me. They're not allowed to bully you either. Badgering, they have to, the law states they have to take your statement if they believe you or not and follow through, or it's badgering. Badgering is obstruction to justice, tampering with evidence, and tampering with witnesses, and they go to jail for it. Like the Tuscarboro sheriff said, you can never tell anybody not to believe somebody and not to help them. You go to jail for it. It's aiding and abetting crimes. I've talked to other sheriffs out of this area. It is, and they can be charged for the other one's crimes for helping them. They can't tell anybody not to help you and not to believe you. They go to jail for aiding and abetting those crimes. Got it? Their job is to take your statement, go out and find the evidence. I went out to eat with an officer and he said the same thing. You get charged with the other one's crimes. Talk to another one, they could actually be held financially responsible for the other one's crimes. He's pulling a fast one on everybody. He's just lying to people that he's this great. Like one of my clients said, he thinks his words are law. And they're not. I looked at her, I said, and they're not. She started laughing. But he thinks whatever he spews out of his mouth is law, and it's not. He's just lying to people. And people know better. Know better. With his own confession, well, not only does he bully me into a false statement of saying I was lying when I'm trying to tell him about some guy threatened to knife me and that he tried to kidnap me, and I have a witness on my phone of him, someone seeing him trying to kidnap me. He is a kidnapper for the human traffickers. Slaughtered my one co-worker's family member. There's a big reward because they were even laughing in her face. They tied her up and cut her up in pieces. Her family member. He went on to take my house manager and release his niece. Okay? All right. Okay? And I'm trying to tell him about a serial killer, and he's calling me a liar. You either say you're lying or arrest you. I'm like, well, you tried to kidnap me before. Terry let me tape her with her permission. She's seen him. You either say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. I'm like, fine, whatever. And he's screaming at me to say it or else. Fine, whatever. I talked to a criminal attorney, prosecutor's office too. That agent doesn't have the right to even ask you to stay quiet. He doesn't have the authority. He is only a higher police officer. He's just fooling people. Okay? Talk to a criminal attorney in the prosecutor's office. They can't tell anybody not to help me either. And not to believe me. Mm-mm. And they can't drop me. I talked to both of them. And they do have to pay me as for working the case. It's for working the case. Not blackmail money to stay quiet. It's for working the case. He's like, no, I want you to say you were faking you were sick. It's a documented medication error. You know, it's like I really was sick before. After I had a bunch of surgeries, my muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots, falsely diagnosed me. I swelled from my feet to my brain. Everything quit working, almost died. And then it took me 9 months of getting off the medication and everything started working and learned to walk again. I suffered horribly. Almost died from crackpots. You know? It just, and it's documented, medication errors, medical malpractice. After a bunch of surgeries, yeah. So, it's just like I really was sick before. I had that family in my office. The millionaires that were scamming him. That her father killed her kid, ran a stop sign into a semi. Those people that are just wanting to lash out and kill somebody has nothing to do with it. Those people that paid for the drug cartel to come here and cause thousands of deaths. Those people, you had them in your office, you're arresting them, right? And the church people have how you ruined their whole life with faking you were sick. It's a documented medication error. It's like I really was sick before. He's like, and I have scars all over me. I showed a nurse that yesterday. She's like, whoa. And I showed her the false diagnosis, the fentanyl patches. I said, you can't. And then the MRI report showing the swelling. I said, it's a documented medication error. Medical malpractice. Almost killed me. Yeah. I told him, he told me, he said I had that family in my office. And the church people, the people that brought the drug cartel here. He didn't arrest them. No. I want you to say you were faking sick. I really was sick. You need to realize what you've done by faking you were sick before. I was really sick. You either say it or I'll leave you there. I said, they've tried to kill me. Then you better say it or I'll leave you there. I said, they'll kill me. Then so you better say it or I will leave you there. I said, they've tried to kill me. So now you say it or I'll leave you there. Fine, whatever. Just don't let him kill me. They laughed at me. Who did he just say he had in his office? Church people in the Vegas. People that paid for the killers. He's really not that dirty, right? It was a scam to get the drug dealers because they said they had sodium pentothal reports. You can't get it. You lied. It's lethal, right? It was an act to get the drug dealers. Well, it's really not that dirty, right? Because they sold the recorded line. You do realize that. I've had people in different towns, how not funny Will is, from Canton to North Canton to Hartville to even Akron. Okay? Of the recorded line. and what was said on it. Okay? All right. Why would the FBI help a person like you? Well, they're going to try to kill me, so. It's a sworn duty. They've tried to kill me, so. Like the apostolics can just go around killing people? Okay? All right. So, huh? And then they yell out, well, we could use Pete's tapes of the drug cartel guy, the guy that had been breaking in my home, stalking me. My ex hired a drug cartel guy to drug beat and rape me. My stalker that my ex-husband hired on his own, his girlfriend's dad, that he was stalking me, taping me in my bedrooms, bathrooms, my grandkids going potty, selling us on porn sites, of little kids going potty, kiddie porn. He was selling me on porn sites of showering and then being with Dave. Do you realize how gross that is? And how mentally sick Pete is? And then photoshopping, I heard of a washing scene in the other room. And where I was waking up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, massive headache, and a severe personal infection. And I thought I had cancer. And I thought the well water was irritating my skin, making my personal areas swell. And here I'm being drug beat and raped. And I went to Altman Family Physicians for all the signs of being drug beat and raped. And because I never seen anybody, never talked to them, they didn't think of a serial rapist preying on me. And he's selling my whole family on porn sites. My daughter-in-law, my sons go in the bathroom. My grandchildren go in the bathroom. Me and Dave go in the bathroom showering. Us in bed together on porn sites. And then he's playing with his tapes of photoshopping and washing, I heard. My ex-husband's girlfriend's dad and his drug friends. It's the crack, like they said, the crackhead tapes. And where they were roof breaking in, and where I go out and work in the yard, be fine, come in, make something to eat and drink, to go use the bathroom, come back out and take a drink out of a Diet Coke in the room and get dizzy. And I thought I worked too hard and wake up like that. With my arm hurting, I don't remember banging my arm. I'm sick to my stomach. And then all of a sudden, your personal area starts swelling and you're infected, or you wake up like that. And it's like, where are all these marks coming from? And if that idiot's beating me in my sleep, why am I not waking up? And here, it's my ex-husband's girlfriend's dad violating me on every level. And those FBI agents making fun of a human trafficking victim, a rape victim, that the drug cartel's scamming. They're really not that dirty, right? We could use Pete's tape, a weird, but it's a shower scene. They laughed at the FBI June 7th, 23, how they fooled FBI agent down with it. I don't believe they fooled him. Everything's digital. You can move it. Even police and sheriffs all this area. We already knew that. Words to sentences, scenes. Nothing's trustworthy. Everything's digital. They can Photoshop over everything. And roofies are sleepwalking. I talked to a criminal attorney. I know about roofies. I said, do you sleepwalk? He's like, yes. And everything is digital, and they could Photoshop it. Talk to other people. Police all this area. They already knew it. Then they yell out something again about Pete, and I don't even know who Pete is. The only Pete I know is my brother in Medina. Still never talked to him. Didn't know who he was for a year. Didn't even know who he was. They're yelling out my rapist's name, and I don't even know who he is. And Dave hired Pete on his own. And like that criminal attorney said, Pete had no right watching you. Had no right in your home. And when I was telling him about all the crimes that happened to me, and his mom, he can't do that. And they said, what to you? On a recorded line, made fun of me. They acknowledged they've been in contact with Dave. Okay? Give me a real reason. I tell my brother-in-law, Craig. Then they offer to take me somewhere, leave me with no money, then the informant, $5,000 a month, immunity for life. Even when you tell it's for working this case, we'll always put it back as if it never happened. You can't be legally charged for anything again. And you'll have that money to live on. But if you try to tell someone, I'll list you crazy. I talked to the criminal attorney, the prosecutor's office, and police out of this area, and the press last year told everyone the FBI does not have authority to ask you to stay quiet. They're only a police department. They're a higher police department, but only a police department. Well, scamming everybody that he actually has this kind of authority. He can't ask you to stay quiet. Then you got to think he's already talked to Dave. He's already talked to the church people, and he's already talked to Vegas, and he's already been apparently November 20th, 19th, November 19th, 22 outside Burger King. They're screaming that Pete taped Will taking a bribe. November 20th, 23 inside Walmart 62. 8 to 9 in the morning by the front register, some women were part of Will taking a bribe and stealing my money. October 6, 23, Walmart 62, 8:45 to 9:15. Some ladies, we talked to those men that watch her, those officers, or the officers that watch her, those men that watch her. Yes. They said she's never said she did anything wrong before. All these people have are their stalking tapes. They admit to drugging her and telling her to say it before. They admit to photoshopping everything and making everything up on her in stalking tapes. Where that one girl's running around bragging they're stealing for her, it's actually that one guy's girlfriend. And he's been stealing all kinds of money for her. Okay? Now they've admitted all kinds of places throughout the years that he was paid off and he's stealing my money since 19. Okay? And I can give you a big list of drugs and told to say it, to him stealing my money December 2nd, 22. Wendy's and Alliance. In the mall, he was paid off January to March of 19. January 19, he's so corrupt he'd steal my money. Yeah. And then they have October 4th, October 4th, 23. Maslin, that girl was telling Maslin that Will was stealing for her. They were telling up in Akron all summer long this last year that Will's stealing for them. Yeah. My ex-husband, once they admitted they bribed Will, and he was stealing my money, he left the country on the November 21st, 23, and said, told our son Danny's never coming back to the U.S. ever again. He fled the country. Told him he could have the furniture, his guns, and whatever he wanted out of the house. And he could even have his paid-off truck. He could have sold it, made at least a good $10,000. But he didn't care about anything. Dropped the dogs at the pound. He was never coming back. Never coming back. Bribing a federal agent is 15 years. Hiring a stalker, a hitman, is 10. Person gets hurt, it's 20. They were all to be arrested the first day. Will and John are going to say they're really not this dirty, right? Because, see, that's where I talked to an officer out of this area. If this is what's going on in your area, that you're not the only victim of that agent. You are not his first, and you're not the only one. What he's doing is he's bullying people into staying quiet. He's setting up side accounts, filtering that money. And he's stealing from them and then taking bribes. And where my friend from the prosecutor's office, we have a problem in Stark County with people taking backdoor deals. They're taking payoffs to let people be victimized or killed. See, I talked to a criminal attorney, too. He cannot ask you to stay quiet. He is only a higher law enforcement. He cannot withhold your money. You get paid for working the case. It wasn't, I'm going to put it this way, it wasn't blackmail money to keep me quiet. It's for working the case, and the case only, and he can't withhold it. Now I want you to think Will's scamming everybody. And like another officer said, if this is happening in your area, you are not his first victim, and you are not his only. And he's filtering other people's money into side accounts for himself. He's lying to everybody who has this much authority to steal from victims. He better be saying he did it to get the drug dealers. Because the sheriffs and marshals used my case and got thousands. Got thousands of 801 sweep and then hundreds after that. Because they were all over me, and I was left in the middle of several cartels and caught on police surveillance, and where undercover police are following me around, and they were saying who they were working for and thought they were so arrogant and cocky they could tell everything about themselves and who they worked for, and they couldn't be stopped because they thought they had that agent in their pocket. And the sheriffs and marshals, because it was done under police surveillance in a protected home custody case with statements, use the case. Because like I said, the case stands up in court without her. And they went after him. I'm going to upload this. Everybody go online and report well.